Hello guys, so we will see the questions which were remaining. So let's begin. So the next question is how to handle exceptions in TestNG. So to handle test exception in TestNG, so we have one expected conditions keyword, so we can use that. So let's see how we can achieve that. So coming to exception handling, so I have a test class and I have a test method here. So I have written the test case, so I will print my test, and after that I have written a code for which I have assigned I the value as 1/0. So for that ideally it should give arithmetic exception. So when I run the class, so I will do run as TestNG test. So can you see guys here, it will give me some arithmetic exception by 0. Now how to handle this? So to handle this, basically what we can do is we have to use just a second. So we can basically use our exception. Let me write only conditions exception arithmetic exception dot class. So guys, when I run this test now, so let's see what happens. Run as TestNG test. So it will not give any error now because the exception is handled by expected condition. So this is the way how we handle any exception in our TestNG framework. So let's see next question. So what are the common TestNG assertions? So we have to use assert class. So we have assert equals, then assert with 2 parameters, 3 parameters, then we can use for boolean value as well, and we have assert true, assert false, so these are the basically common assertions. So now let's see one example of this. So I have one assertion class and there is a test case where I have expected output as title 1 and actual output is title 2. So now if we want to assert this case, like whether my case is should be false, pass or fail. So to do that we are basically using assert, and we have a method assert equals. So I will pass the 2 parameters, one will be expected output and other will be actual output. So when I run this, ideally it should fail because title, I have expected output as title 1 and actual is title 2. So see, it will fail and it will give assertion error as expected was title 2 but found is title 1. So now if I change this value to title 1, so what happens? It should pass ideally. Let's see. So yeah, the test case has now passed, so it will not give assertion error. So this is the way how we do the validations in TestNG. So coming to the next question, how we disable any test case in TestNG. So to disable, basically we have a keyword enabled, and we can set as true or false. So for example, I have two test case, one is my test 1, another is my test 2, and I want this test case basically to run, and this I want to just don't want to execute. So what I can do is I can use enable as true for this and enable as false for this. When we execute, let's see what we get. So guys, only one test case has been run and it has passed my test 1. So why? Because this was enabled and this is basically disabled. So this is the way how we achieve this. Coming to the what are the type of assets. So we have hard asset and soft asset. So hard asset is basically which we use to do validations in TestNG class, and we have already seen one method asset equals. If hard asset fails, then basically your code will terminate there itself, and after that asset statement will not execute further. So soft asset, basically we want to continue test execution further, so we can use soft assets. So now to use soft asset, we have soft asset class and we can use the methods present in that. So basically the main purpose of using soft asset is whether you want to proceed further in your test case, so you can use soft assertions there. The next question is how to pass parameter in the test case through TestNG.xml file. So guys, we have already discussed in my previous video. We can pass all the parameters present in our parameter tag from XML through, we can use @parameter, basically this annotation, and we can basically pass username and password. So the username and password value will basically be passed in the test case through this. So this is the way how we can achieve this. Next is what is the need to create a TestNG.xml file. So we have seen that we can group our basically test cases. If you want to run, like I can have like 100 test cases and I want to run, I cannot do right click on every case and then run. So what we can do is like we can create an XML file and then we can put there like what cases I can run. So that's the main purpose. Next is how to create XML in TestNG. So to create XML, basically what you can do is you can just do right click and you can basically go to TestNG and you can use convert to TestNG. So when you do that, basically your one TestNG XML file will generate. So this is the how XML file will be there. There will be like suit tag, test tag, parameter tag, class tag. So this is the way how the structure of TestNG.xml file looks. The next question basically is like how to throw any skip exception in TestNG. So to achieve that, let's see. So I have created one test case, skip exception. So if I want to skip any test case or I want to throw any skip exception, so what I can do is I can use again expected condition and I can give skip exception dot class, and using the throw keyword I can basically throw my skip exception. Let's execute this. So it will print skip me, but after that it will basically the exception will be handled. So what if I write any another code here? So this will give error because this will not be executed. So that's why I am getting this warning and quick fix. So this was all about the TestNG top interview questions. So this will be basically which are frequently asked and what I have seen. So guys, if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe, and we will meet in the next video. Thank you for watching.